Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Botcast. I am your host, the Frankster, and I'm here with my good buddy and co-host,
The Arrow, DJ Hart.
and we are your source for all things Transformers Earthwars and Transformers in general. And we have a pretty cool episode this week. We're going to talk about our favorite tactics, but before we get into that, let's recap how the past weekend in the game went for us. So, DJ, how'd you do?
So the most recent weekend event was an individual totalizer, 10,000 points to complete it. Was it? Or was that the one before that?
No, it was 35.
The most recent was 35. Okay, yeah, the one before that was 10,000. So the event, we missed last week. Both of our work schedules were just, terrible. So there was no time for us to stop and record. But so the first weekend event that we were not able to recap was 10,000 points. Obviously, I completed the event using only bots that I was currently leveling. The prizes were okay. The Crystal Kraken was nothing to write home about. The weekend after that, this most recent weekend event was 35,000 points to complete. I capped out at 31,100 points, and I was exhausted by the end of that, let me tell you. So I got everything but the G-Metal core and the last set of 5-star shards, but other than that, I got all the major prizes, and nothing but good prizes in that event. It was very, very good. The Crystal Kraken wasn't fantastic, but I did get a 3-star Shieldtron. That was my first version of him. So not bad overall. How was it on your side of things?
It was pretty good. I mean, like you, the 10,000 point weekend, the Christmas weekend event, that one, I didn't really get much. But the next one, I was actually able, not in my actual Crystal Kraken video, I had to film a separate video, but I got a new 5-star because I filmed my Crystal Kraken at the end of Sunday like I usually do, but I was so close to a 5-star that I just, I set my alarm for every 3 hours throughout the night to try to get to that next 100 5-star, and I hit it, and I was like, yes, and then I cracked it, and I didn't get Windblade.
Yeah.
I didn't even get Optimus. I got Drift, and Drift is a really good bot, but it was a little bit of a bummer considering he was, of the three, the one I wanted the least. But I can make it work. Drift is really cool.
He is. I did go. I don't use him a lot, but I did go ahead and level his 4-star that I have to level 50, and I have him at the head of one of my grinding squads that I use for events. So if I'm trying to grind out 10 or 11 battles at one time, give myself a 3-hour break, he is in one of the squads that I use for grinding. So his 5-star would be nice. It's not one that I'm actively hunting. I would, if I were like you, I'd be after Windblade, which I have, which is why I've not gone back to that bundle since, even though I'd really like to have Optimus. I don't want to risk Wheeljack. So that's why I've not gone back to that one.
Yeah, I have no reason not to go back. It's just Optimus and Windblade. I might as well, my next 2 5-stars might as well be from that batch.
Yeah, just go ahead and finish it, and then you can start on a whole new batch. Yeah, you could start, after those two, who do you think you would want next?
Cheetor.
So that's...
Cheetor is going to be the one I hunt next.
So that was that batch 3, I think?
No, I think he may be.
Hang on, I got the game pulled up. Let's have a look.
I thought 3 was the one with Elita 1, and then Cheetor was in 4, but I could be mistaken.
No, Elita 1's a little further up. Okay. It is Legacy. It is Legacy 3.
Okay.
Yeah, so Legacy 3 is Ultra Magnus, Jazz, Springer, Firefly, and Cheetor. Cheetor was the first 5-star bot I got out of that batch, because I was hunting for Firefly, and I got Cheetor, which I wasn't stoked, but I wasn't super disappointed. But now I love him. And then I got Springer. And I've done nothing with Springer. And then I finally got 5-star Firefly from the 5-star anniversary event. The last 2 bots from that batch that I still have not gotten are Ultra Magnus and Jazz. Great bots. I'd take both of them. I'd love them. But I'm not actively hunting them because they're not A-squad bots. So that's why I've not gone back to that one.
Yeah. So, I would love if I got Jazz. Even even if I'm going for Cheetor,
Yeah.
Jazz or Firefly would be wonderful, like runner-up prizes for me.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm big on Cheetor. I use him constantly. I still use the 3 and the 4 because I have my 3-star Cheetor like so souped up. He's as strong as a 4-star.
Yeah, yeah. So I have not. So 5-star Cheetor, mine is level 62. I've got the Amalgamous Prime Core on him. I just got that up to level 15 today. His ability is level 6, but I've not leveled him any higher than that because I'm trying to max out the abilities of my A squad bots because they're my A squad, you know.
Yeah.
But Cheetor, the reason he's not on my A squad, I have him on what has essentially become my B squad, which is kind of a mixed match squad. It has a 3-star Pyro Magna. It has 5-star Sludge, 5-star Springer, 5-star Cheetor, 4-star Elita 1, who is max level 65 with a level 11 ability, and then it has 4-star 5-star Slash it now has on it, and then it has 4-star Swoop and Tiger Hawk. And they were like a mismatch squad at first. That was just where I put the bots I didn't know what to do with. You know, I was like, well, I don't really know what I'm going to do with him, so I'll put him here. And they've become like my B squad because even though all the bots are level 50 and they're not that strong, Cheetor and Elita 1 have taken that squad because they're both 62 and 65, and they've just like elevated that thing to where it's on par with my A squad, and it can score in a lot of the same zones. I was like, whoa! So that's why, even though I would rather work on my actual B squad, which is, you know, basically my A squad version 2, I'm going to put it into Cheetor because Cheetor has proven to be a fantastic power leveling bot. So that, and I discovered recently he's amazing in raids. Like, he will mess a Titan up, and the Titan can't do anything about it. It's awesome.
Cheetor's the man.
Yep.
If I realized how good Cheetor was when I started hunting up for my first 5-star, I would have picked him and then went back to Windblade.
Right.
But I was already, by the time I leveled a Cheetor strong enough to realize how amazing he was, I was already committed to trying to get Windblade. I'm like, okay, he'll be next. So.
I should level his 4-star too, just because of how good it is, and then I could just use him back to back. But I'm doing other stuff. So anyway,
the 3-star can solo a zone 11 on a pretty regular basis, so that's nothing to laugh at even in and of itself.
No, zone 11's okay. Zone 12
he's
is
like
kind
a
of a happy
backup
place,
leveler for me now.
What is it?
Like, if I'm power leveling,
Yeah.
the 3-star Cheetor is like the backup. It's like if whoever I've got isn't where I need them, and I've already used 4-star Cheetor and 4-star Swoop and 4-star Elita 1, then I bring in 3-star Cheetor to try to get that little extra bump.
There you go.
So,
yeah.
It is now time for the news, so take it away, sir, and do what you do.
I will do what I do. What I do is the news. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, we got our email blast yesterday, and our upcoming event is going to be called Missing Leads. So, it will be an Alliance Totalizer, 500,000 points to complete it, which is not terrible. My Alliance is definitely capable of finishing that. On the line will be 40 premium combat chips, G-Metal core chips, 6 gold core chips, 150,000 spark and combat spark, 1,500 4-star shards, 4,000 3-star shards, and 20,000 premium shards. All of those are excellent prizes. You guys should grind that event out to get those things. That is all very good stuff. All right. Normal, here's the tiers. So all the way from 1,000 to 500,000. So everything's spread out pretty evenly. We have news of new combat bots, Pinpointer and Singe. We do not know yet what their abilities are going to be, but based on their configuration, just the way they look, I'd say they're going to be similar to Fire Drive, and that they're going to be blaster bots that will enhance your bots' regular DPS. I would venture to say that's probably what they're going to be based on what they look like. They make mention of the Christmas bonus reward, so everybody who took part in that event and got at least 500 points will get the following prizes. And then they talk about some of the updates to the game in terms of power cores. They've upped the drop rates a little bit. Duplicate drop rates will remain the same. And then they've also updated the Shanix store. So now certain bot core, there's going to be a place where you can purchase G-Metal. Well, we already had a place where you can purchase G1 cores. They will now have a spot where you can purchase bot-specific cores, which include
Optimus's Matrix, Rodimus's Matrix.
yeah, yeah,
Illegal
yeah.
One.
The transmetal cores. That's what I was trying to say.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Transmetal.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It will. Yeah.
yeah. So that will include your transmetal cores. And then we get into the community corner, which they're talking about this upcoming event, not this coming event, but the one after that. And on the line will be some 5-star shards, but more importantly, the 4-star Titan components. So that's going to be 2 million points. Actually, no, they lowered it to 1,750,000. So people are advertising heavily to get top scores to join their alliances. So they've got that in there. And then, yeah, there's a lot of ads for that. A lot of recruitment posters. People are wanting that part. Alrighty. And then we get down into some content creator stuff. And Sunstreaker WOZZA did have his stream yesterday where he's talking about what's to come or what he thinks is to come in 2022. And I agreed with the vast majority of what he talked about. I will leave a link in the description below so you can check out that video. And then we get into, I guess, the newest family of alliances, the 13 Primes, which looks pretty cool. So they look like they're fairly new, but somebody to definitely keep your eyes out for. All right, and then we have the community corner where they talk about, they got some artwork. So we got Grand Galvatron did some embroidery there. That looks really, really good. That's actually looks really, really good. It's a shockwave there, and that looks awesome. And then looks like we got an illustration from Bumble Blimus Prime 1. That was a tongue twister. That was hard to say. Did a drawing of Optimus Prime. It looks really, really good. Alrighty, and then we get into our schedule. We are currently in week 2 of a 6-week saga. Alrighty, and then we get into some bug fixes. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the news.
That's a high ceiling for that 4-star part, but
yeah, it was originally 2 million points, like what I said earlier, but they lowered it to 1,750,000. That's still a tall order. The Cybercore family of alliances are taking bids to do Cybercore Titans, I do believe, to get to the 4-star Titan part, but you're going to need to score like 45,000 points as a minimum. And at best, I've done like 31,000, maybe 32 on a leaderboard if I can't quite remember. And that was me spending a couple of bucks on bundles. And I'm just not even spending money on bundles. There's no way I'm going to get 45K. So I'm not going to waste my time putting in a bid. I would hold the alliance back. I wouldn't make my bid. I'm just not going to do it. That'd be way too much for me to do at the level I'm currently at.
Yeah, 25K is around my best, like a hair over. So that I'm not even in the discussion.
Yeah, which is what the minimum.
To be fair, I don't even have the
2-star
Titan yet.
Right. So now, I mean, eventually that 4-star Titan component will become available with the purchase of through 4-star shards. I don't think I'm going to fool with it for a while.
Yeah.
Because, and the reason I'm not going to do this, like I was willing to hoard 5-star shards for Omega Supreme. I saw that as being very well worth it. And it was worth it. He is an absolute beast. He is 5-star Omega Supreme can solo a Zone 13 base on his own. He can solo it. So he was well worth it. But I like the Titans, but they're only available in PvP and Wars. I don't need them for the PvP. I do just fine in PvP without it. And we all know how I feel about Wars. I will participate in Wars, but I'm not going to go ham just because the prizes are not there. You don't get nearly the prizes you get for Wars as you get for events. You're guaranteed 1 premium crystal, a little bit of spark, a little bit of Z Energon. You know, it's just not worth it for me, and I don't think it. Wars are fun, but the prizes just aren't there for me. So I'm not going to go out of my way to find a component that will help me in wars when I already don't think wars are worth it based on the prizes alone. So +2, I don't want that to hold me back from getting my next 5-star bot because I'm thinking at the absolute least, it's probably going to be 30K 4-star shards to get the 4-star component when it comes out.
That's 15 crystals.
Right, and I'm not willing to sacrifice 15 crystals, you know, because that's 15 times 180. That's how many 5-star shards I'd be giving up, and I'm not willing to do it. I'm ready for my next 5-star bots. I am hunting certain 5-star bots, and I'm not gonna. This is where I draw the line, you know. So
I'd have to have at least the 2-star to play around with the Titan to see if I would even want to, use the 4-star shards or not.
Yeah, Titan Assault is fun, but
I'm just not strong enough to beat that first campaign mission. But I think once I get 5-star drift into the 50s, I think that'll push me to where I'm strong enough to be able to do it. At least I'm hoping.
Right, but then it'll take you quite a while before you can hit the second one, because the second one is the worst one.
Yeah.
That's the one that was making me rage quit.
But Magnaboss is on his way to level 20. That's going to be a big help, too.
I had a 5-star Titan. No, I had a 5-star Omega Supreme for that. Now, he wasn't level 25 yet, but I'm pretty sure I'd gotten him to level 20. I'd gotten him to 5-star prior to that. Like, I'd just gotten him unlocked.
Yeah.
And it still took me so many tries, and I was getting so mad. You know?
I'm going to throw everything I got at it. Once I get drift to like 51, 52, I'm going to throw everything I got at it again and see what happens.
Right.
By then, Magnaboss may not even be level 20 by then. Like, he's on his way either to 11 or 12 now because I'm at the point every time I upgrade him, it's like 7 days.
Yeah. It's going to take a week every time now.
Yeah, but I'm trying to get him there.
Gotcha. Oh,
all right. Well, I believe it is time for the mailbag segment. We got any comments from our last video?
Alrighty. So in today's mailbag segment, we have comments from 3 individuals. The first one is from Bossman6774. Says, love the last event. A nice laid-back event for a holiday weekend. I was able to get enough 5-star combat shards to get my very first 5-star combat bot, Pterodexton. Dude, congratulations. That's one that I've been wanting myself.
That is a nice spot.
It is. I like him a lot. I have the 2, 3, and the 4-star, and I have all of them maxed out. So keep up the great work, boys, and Happy New Year. Boss Man, thank you so much, dude. We appreciate it. All right. Oh, we forgot to like John J. Pollock's comment. There we go. So John J. Pollock says, sorry it took so long for me to comment. Dude, we just appreciated that you commented, period. Doesn't matter when you did it. Thank you. But I hope you guys had a great holiday. Question, being as computer illiterate as I am, how do you guys stream your game content on YouTube? So, really, all I do is I have a built-in recorder on my phone. I have a Galaxy S7, and one of the apps that the phone came with allows me to record game content. So I just record it from my phone. It gives me a couple of options, and then I just port that over. I can either upload it straight to YouTube from my phone, or I can just port it over to my laptop where I use iMovie to edit everything, and then I upload it to YouTube from there. So it's a little convoluted. If I want it to look nice, then I straight up I got to put it in iMovie and edit it. But if I just want to upload just a quick video and I don't really care about the quality of it, I can just record it from my phone and then upload it straight to YouTube from my phone. As long as I got a Wi-Fi connection, it's that simple. So yeah, that's how we do it. Same thing for our for the podcast. You know, I screen record the entire thing as we're recording, and then I edit it in iMovie and then upload it to YouTube from my laptop onto the Franksters channel. So, all right.
And if you're wanting to do non-cell phone games, you can get like a capture card, and some of them come with their software, and others you can use OBS, which is a free screen recording / streaming software that's also very helpful.
Yes. Matter of fact, so Frankster and I both have different versions of that. I personally have an Elgato HD60S Plus, and then there's software that you download that's compatible with that, and I use that to record console gaming from time to time. I recorded Aliens Colonial Marines a while back and uploaded a few of that. That was not very popular, but I'll put a link to it in the description below if anybody's interested. I still think it's a fun game, but most of my fan base is Transformers related, so nobody was watching. Alrighty, and then the Frankster and I also did Mega Man X. We recorded that using the same thing. We uploaded that to his channel. Mega Man X is one of the best Super Nintendo games ever made. I'll put a link to that in the description below as well. And then, Frankie, you also uploaded content from Transformers Battlegrounds, right?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I used OBS for that and for my Tecmo Super Bowl season that I need to finish if I ever get time to film again.
Right. So, alrighty. So, but we both have plans to continue doing that in the future. It's just we're both super busy. So,
and I need a more powerful computer would help me too because I have all kinds of technical snafus.
Yeah, I'm able to get around my snafus, but once in a blue moon, I'm like, all right, how do I fix this? All right. And the last comment is from Willard Edward Hackman. The old Transformers shows are on Tubi, and the new Transformers shows are on Netflix. Oh, thank you very much, sir. We will definitely be checking that out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and that was our mailbag segment.
That is going to lead us into our main topic of the week, which is our favorite strategy. So,
all right.
DJ, you want to go first? Talk about one of your favorite strategies?
All right. So, my favorite strategy, the number one strategy that I use 9 times out of 10 is spamming aerial bots. So, my A squad consists of Windblade, Pyromagna, and Hotspot as meat shields. Skylynx, because he's kind of tanky, but he also has a very good ranged ability, similar to an aerial bot. And then the aerial bots who have the strongest base ability in the game, which is Strafe, Skydive, Stormclash, and Cybertron Jetfire. I have done the maths, and they have the strongest base abilities in the game, so they are my A-Squad bots. And what I do is I just spam their ability all around the base and take out the most devastating defenses. Beam lasers, rocket launchers, mortars. I'll use Windblade to take out shock towers. And then my meat shields, of course, Pyromagna and Hotspot, I will rush them up front to take out things like autocannons. Or I might rush them to take out anti-A lasers that I notice on the field that have the enhanced core on them that enhance their anti-air abilities. I might spam them over there so they can take that out. So that is a strategy that I've been using for a long, long time. It has yet to fail me unless I'm in a base that's like way above my capabilities, which usually only happens in wars. But that is my absolute favorite strategy, and I continue to use it. You know, each bot, I use their one bot per building. That way I kind of keep the ability points on an even keel. I don't just keep using the same bot over and over again because their abilities, of course, get more expensive the more you use them. So you get to use similar abilities at a similar price point, ability points-wise, and that's how I do. And then, of course, my Skylynx has the... oh, shoot. What's the name of that core? It's the one with the combiner thing on it. We just got done talking about it before we turned the recorder on. Skylynx has the Nexus Prime core, which enhances combiner abilities. And, of course, my favorite combiner to go into battle with them is my 5-star Omega Supreme at level 25. He is a beast, and he can zone 13 solo by himself. He is great for power leveling. But yeah, that is my number one favorite strategy. Aerial bots with a max combiner.
My number one favorite strategy was actually an idea you had. I implemented it, and now I use it all the time, and it's the Minion Bot team, which is basically sure if you've watched my videos, my daily videos, you see me use the Minibot team at least once every weekend. I love that team. I put them in videos. But it's basically built around bots that have minions like Blaster, Gnaw, or bots that have like holographic duplicates like Hound if he has the G1 core,
Right.
Dinobot, bots like that. Anyone that can add forces on the battlefield, and it's held together. The linchpin of that strategy is actually Optimus Primal, and the reason is his ability. Because he tells them to just attack defenses and forego everything else while also shielding everybody on the field. And to make him better fit the strategy, I gave him the Prime Core where everything we destroy, he creates a Sharkticon.
Quintus Prime Core.
Yeah, there we go. Quintus Prime, thank you.
Yep.
I'm terrible with the names. That's the linchpin that holds it together because Optimus Primal makes that team lethal. Very lethal. And the fact that I have 5-star Optimus Primal just takes it to a whole nother level.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been meaning to do that myself. I already have so much that I'm trying to do. Like, I'm trying to max out my A-Squad bots. And then once I get, like, if I get 5-star Pipes or 5-star Skylinks, then the A-Squad becomes incomplete again. And I gotta swap Pyromagna out for Pipes. We're going to swap Skylinks out for 5-star Skylinks, like, and I'd be back to it again, you know? So it's like, I've been wanting to create that squad. It's just, it would be hell to do it and then get them leveled while at the same time trying to get this other squad leveled up because I'm like, I'm staying the course, to quote a former U.S. president.
There's a few I want to try. Like, I was toying around with the idea of making a team of all bots that can either have a hacking ability or an EMP ability and loading the team up with them and seeing what kind of havoc I could cause.
That would be, yeah. So
I want to try that. I just haven't done it yet.
So who would that? So that would be hacking your EMP. So
Yeah.
that would be. So that would be Chromia. That would be Blades. That would be
Cosmos.
That would be Bumblebee. That would be Silverbolt. That would be oh god, I can't remember.
They're
Perceptor. That's the one I keep trying to come up with. Perceptor.
Yeah, Perceptor. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would basically be the team, and I think that would be like. I think that would drive defenses nuts trying to come up with a way to stop that.
That would also implement the Liege Maximo Prime Core, which hacks all the outpost bots after they've launched their abilities for a set amount of time. And Perceptor now has that as a passive ability.
Yeah.
So if you put... I don't think they'll both work at the same time. I think that one would kind of override the other.
Yeah.
But it would still be worth it to have Perceptor on the field because the best thing you can do with him is hack shock towers. So
yeah.
That would be a hellacious squad. I mean, if it was done right.
I want to try it out eventually. I just got to get around to doing it. But
gotcha.
Yeah. All right. So what is your number 2 favorite strategy? You got any more?
Yes. My number 2 strategy is my Optimus Prime Gunner Squad. And that is a squad that is composed of Optimus Prime, Inferno and Grimlock, and then all Gunner bots. And the bots that I use are Skyburst, Prowl, Alpha Bravo, Hound, and Warpath. I love that squad because they all have range, similar to aerial bots, but now they also have ranged DPS. Prime is, of course, a little bit of a tank bot, so I can use him to shield them, and Inferno, same thing, but then Inferno also increases their ability damage and their DPS, so I will use him when I'm trying to get them out of a spot. Grimlock, I can rush him into battle and take out things like beam lasers and rocket launchers, as long as he doesn't die in the process, because Grimlock's health, on that note, Grimlock needs a buff. His health and his DPS just are not there for who he is. He's Grimlock. He should be one of the toughest bots in the game to take down. His health should be on par with or exceed the top health in the game, which is currently Pipes, Trailbreaker, and Ironhide. Grimlock should be up there with him, as well as having very high DPS, if not the best DPS. Again, for the sole reason he is Grimlock.
Yeah.
You know,
I would agree with that. I think that's true. He should be better than he is.
And he's not. He doesn't have great health. I couldn't even put him. Remember when I did the top 10 tank bots in Transformers Earthwars video?
Yeah.
So I need to do another one of those, because right after that they tweaked a few things, and we've gotten a few new bots in the game since then. So I need to do another one of those. But he wasn't even on the list because his health just isn't there. So he needs a buff. I'm putting it out there. Grimlock needs a buff. And now my dog is barking at something. Anyway, and then for the rest of the strategy, so Skyburst, I have her equipped with the Prime Core, which is fantastic because she has a spread damage when she does her DPS, which makes her much more lethal. And then Alpha Bravo and Prowl, of course, have the same ability. It's just that one is slightly stronger than the other. They have cores. They have their G1 cores on them, which enhance their abilities, and in the case of Alpha Bravo, enhances his defense a little bit. They each have now, Alpha Bravo has one, I can't remember if Prowl has one or not, level 11 abilities, which really enhance their abilities. So you can take out, I use them to take out mortars, and I use them to take out autocannons. Now for the weaker things that are usually further in the back, like your rocket launchers, that's where I will use Hound and Warpath and combine their abilities together. Because their ability, I haven't loved their abilities very much yet, because I'm focusing on my A-Squad bot abilities. Getting them to 10 and 11 it takes time. So I take Hound and Warpath's ability and target like a rocket launcher or a beam laser. Two things that are very, very devastating to gunner bots. And they're long range. So together, they take those out. And then Hound, usually his ability will hit several targets in the area. So that allows me to save him on something and then use Warpath's ability 2 or 3 times in a row as long as I've got the ability points. So that gives me long range, it gives me short range, it gives me a little bit of enhancement in terms of like Inferno. And then if they're close enough, then I'll just forego the abilities and use Prime's ability to just rush them all to the HQ and take it out. Works 9 times out of 10, and I can push the boundaries with them if I need to. So that is my number 2 strategy. I have 2 of those squads that are identical. One has 4 and 5 stars, one has 3 and 4 stars. Same bots.
Cool. All right, well, my second favorite strategy is actually aerial bots and their abilities. Very similar to your favorite. I like to put 2 aerial bots on almost every squad, minus the minion squad, and my A team. Yeah, I think there's 2 on my A team. I know there's at least Windblade and Firefly. So
right.
But I like to do two aerial bots for each team, and then I can start the battle off just hitting the strong defenses from a distance, and then just mopping up the rest as we move to the HQ.
There you go.
It's like the tired and true strategy that I've stuck to from the beginning.
It works every time. I mean, as long as you're not in a zone that is like so far above, like as long as your bots aren't like level 50 and you're attacking a zone where your bot should be like level 60 or something, then it will work every time. It gives you range. It takes out the defenses that are going to be most devastating to you before they have a chance to do anything.
Yep.
It works.
Unless one of those bots is air raid, and then it's just bad.
Yeah, well, air raid can be useful if he's done the right way. I just never wanted to take the time to create a strategy around that. Brainstorm, same thing. Brainstorm's ability is very similar, just more devastating when you use it the right way. It can work. I've just never wanted to put the time into it.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, like any of the aerial bots, put them in tandems, use their abilities just back to back to back to back, clean out the heavy defenses. And then I usually put like stronger bots around them that just move in and mop out.
Yeah.
Usually works.
Yeah.
And that, I can't really say much more because you already covered aerial bot strategy. So with your first one, so it's like, it used to be my favorite strategy until I discovered the Minion Squad and how awesome that was. So
I need to do it. I've got like 3 and 4 star versions of all those bots. I need to do it. So the only bots I'm missing that I would want on that squad as 4 stars are Dinobot and Broadside. Broadside, the newest bot that would go on that squad because he has either the healing drones or the attack drones, none of which can be attacked by defenses. They are basically free and clear. I have him as a 3 star. I'd rather have him as a 4 star for that, but it would work.
Yeah, I'm stuck with 3 stars on that squad right now just because I haven't got their 4 stars yet, but they still easily can do his own 12. So, I mean, it doesn't hurt me in events.
Right.
Yeah. All right, well, do you have any more favorite strategies?
I do have one that I use consistently now, and it's one that I started doing by accident. So I have always had bots that I leveled up and used them for a while, but then replaced them with other bots that I liked better for where they were. And then I would just quit using that bot. And after a while, I had a whole squad's worth of those bots, so I put them all together on a squad, and I called it the Mishmash Squad. And that would just be a squad where the bots are leveled up, they can go out there, they can do some damage. You know, I wouldn't push the boundaries with them, but they were there, and they, you know, I found a use for them. Well, that has evolved into a squad or a strategy that I didn't expect, and that is what is now, I don't call it my B squad, but in practice it kind of is. So it's led by a 3-star Pyromagna, which I replaced with my 4-star Pyromagna when I got her. It has 5-star Sludge on it, because I didn't know what else to do with my 5-star Sludge. 5-star Springer, which I have no use for, so I just put him on there. 4-star Elita 1, who is maxed out at level 65 with a level 11 ability, because she was my power leveling bot, right?
Yeah.
My 5-star Cheetor, who's level 62 with a level 6 ability and a level 15 Amalgamous Prime Core. My newest 5-star bot, Slash, who is now at level 50, and I've put the... what's the name of that core? The core that heals you for all the DPS that you do. Hang on, I'm pulling it up. My game is being slow because I have an old phone.
That is a good core. I know the one you talked about. I'm terrible with the names, but it's a good core.
I suck at the names. It is buffing right now. Come on. Come on. Get anyway, well, I have that core on Slash, and I actually replaced... Before Slash, I had my 4-star Double Dealer on there. And I replaced Double Dealer with Slash because her DPS and her health were just better at the same level, at level 50. Alchemist Prime, that's the core that I have on her. So I replaced Double Dealer on that squad because she was just more beneficial. And I also have my 4-star Swoop and Tiger Hawk on that squad because I had it in my head that it would be an awesome idea to have those two together spamming bases. Now, I've not really leveled their abilities much past level 2 or 3, but they both have maxed enhanced ordnance cores on them. They're both level 50. I do have a G-Metal Swoop core I can put on Swoop at some point. I just have to max it out. Don't have the resources for it right now. That squad started off as just a mixed match squad of bots that I didn't know what else to do with, so I just put them there just to have them somewhere, and it has become one of the most devastating squads I have.
No wonder. Look at the bots that are on it.
Yeah, I know. It's just become crazy, and it's being led by a 3-star Pyromagna. Now I'm gonna pull from batch 9 again because I'm still trying to get Pipes and Skylinks. If I get like Red Alert, I'll put him in place of Pipes, or not Pipes, but Pyromagna. Because he's 2-star levels above her, surely his health and DPS will be higher. Which would be the whole... And he could shield the bots to a degree. So that's where I would put him. But it's just become an amazing squad. It's just devastating. Their happy place, there is Zone 13, but they can do Zone 14 as long as there's a Titan behind them. They don't even need a combiner. They can do Zone 14 with a Titan. And my Titan is level 9 right now, 3-star. So, Now, in events with no Titan, I keep them in zone 13 unless I have a combiner with them. But they've become a great squad. They're a great squad. So that has become like one of my favorite squads. So now, like, when I'm looking at bots that I'm trying to hunt to replace bots that are on my A squad, like I plan to replace Pyromagna with 5-star pipes because he has higher health. I'll put the Megatronus core on him. But then I'll put 4-star Pyromagna not on my B squad, but on my C squad. So then who am I going to replace the C squad bot with? Well, maybe she'll go on my Mishmash squad. Would that work?
Yep.
I don't know. So like I'm doing this, but now I'm looking at how can I make this squad even beefier,
Yeah.
So, but I'll be honest with you, the bots that are holding them up are Cheetor and Elita 1 because they're the only bots I have that are in the 60s. And it's freaking Cheetor and Elita 1, so...
Yeah.
So yeah, that has become my third most popular strategy is spamming those bots.
Yeah, OPing them like crazy.
Yeah, it really is. But it works.
All right, well, I have one last strategy as well, which it's kind of two different strategies, but they fall along the same lines, and that's putting a duo of a bot that is a really good power leveler with another bot that complements them and how I use them perfectly.
So
it's like a duo, and one of them is, of course, Cheetor with Wheeljack. Because Wheeljack stays pretty much far back that he's half the time out of the range of fire, and he's adding to Cheetor's already beefed healing ability because he has it from the ability and from the core I have on him. I have the prime core that heals him.
Right.
I think the one is he does damage. There's two that are really similar, and I get mixed up on which is which.
There's the Amalgamous Prime Core, which enhances his DPS while in his alt mode.
That's the one.
And heals him for a certain amount for every so many intervals. But then there's the Alchemist Prime Core, which just heals you for the damage you do, whether you're regular DPS or alt mode.
Yeah, his is the alt mode one because I used the one that best complemented what he was already good at.
Right, which is what I did.
Yeah, so he does that, and he has Wheeljack constantly healing him. So where my 4-star Cheetor can normally do a zone 12, no problem, I tag team him with Wheeljack. They can like take out zone 13 like 3 out of 4 times.
Yeah.
Just because Wheeljack adding that extra healing makes Cheetor that much more lethal. So there's that combination. And there's another one I kind of ran into by accident, and that's Elita 1 with Star Saber.
Yeah, those two, I used to do that when I was stuck with just their 2 stars.
I just ended up with them on the same team, and I just started hitting on, like, so you start the battle, and you send Elita 1 into this cluster of defenses, and then that one, and you get one more attack, and you have just enough points to then send Star Saber straight in. So if you, like, strategize it out before you launch them, to, okay, she's going to hit here, here, and here, and that's going to line these others up where he can come in, do his ability, take them out. Usually they're at the HQ by her third pounce and him going straight to the HQ.
Right.
And he takes out whatever's on his path, and they're already tearing through the HQ.
Right. Now that becomes harder to do the higher HQ, the higher zone you're in, that becomes harder to do. So, like, if you're, like, zone 12, maybe zone 13, and you've got those two maxed out, they're going to kill it every time. But once you start getting into, like, zone 14 and 15, that's when, like, the HQs are starting to get beefier, the defenses are getting beefier, you're starting to see anti-EMP cores on the build bots.
Yeah.
Oh, it sucks.
Yeah, right now I'm doing usually zone 12 with them. So and I only have a 3-star Star Saver, so I don't have the full potential of that teaming anyway.
Yeah, I have a 4-star Star Saber, but he's level 40. I didn't bother leveling him.
I like Star Saber. The only problem is his ability is too expensive.
It is. It's super expensive.
So you usually I only try to use his ability once a battle because any more than that, and it's too costly.
It is. No matter what squad I'm using, I always try to just use one bot's ability each go around, And then they all kind of, that way, like, I'm keeping it cheap as I go down the blind of my bots until I use all their abilities, and then I go, okay, what's the cheapest one now that I can use for what I'm about to do? Which is why most of my bots have the same type of bots. Most of my squads have the same kind of bots on them, like aerial bots. Most of their abilities cost close to the same. So, you know, most of them are like 4, maybe 5, depending on who it is. Like Thrust, that's 5, you know? But it's worth it because he can take out... Mine is level 57 with a max enhanced ordnance core, and his ability is at level 11. So he can take out like 3 defenses in zone 14 before he runs out of juice. So it's well worth it for him.
I'll spam Swoop's ability. I don't care. I'm just like...
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's one you can solo with. So
yeah, easily. Like, that whole team is basically just Swoop and everybody else.
Well, that sounds like a TV show.
Yeah, it's the Swoop Troop.
I was thinking something cornier like Swoop and Friends. Just have Swoop up front with all the other Dinobots in the background.
I mean, I have good bots on that team, but they're on that team just to gain XP from Swoop, like, you know, doubling the base with them or whatever. I'm like, I think I got Jet Strike,
Jetfire, Sky Striker,
Jetfire.
Yeah, that is way too many syllables.
Yeah, it does. Like, every time I try to say that. But he's on there. But he's basically on there until I can get him all the way leveled up using him and Swoop, then put him somewhere else because Swoop's just too good to not be, like, the main bot on a team.
Right.
Yeah, so... But that's pretty much all my favorite strategies right there in a nutshell. Maybe one day I'll add the EMP hacking combo strategy to the list.
Yeah, maybe one day I'll finally add the minion squad to my list. It's on the to-do list. It's way down on the to-do list. So
you won't regret it.
No, I love watching you do it. I'm just like, oh, that looks so fun. So
yeah. All right. Well, then I guess that's pretty much the end of this week's episode. Next week, since it's my turn to pick the topic, and thinking about this week's topic, I'm like, well, you know what? We both love aerial bots. I know that strategy is going to be high on both lists.
Oh, yeah.
So next week, I think we should rank all the aerial bots in the game.
Okay. Well, I will, because I use almost all of them. There's like 1 or 2, maybe 3 that I don't use, but that's a list that I will make.
Anything classified as an aerial bot. So if it's class in the game as an aerial bot, it's pre-game. He's already working on the list.
Start making my list right now. Let's see. So I don't know what number it is, but worst. Well, that's up for debate, really. I have to think about that one. Worst aerial bot in the game. Now we got to keep in mind too. There are some people who will swear by these bots. And I can see why, because if you do it right, they're good. But in terms of what we like to do, there's absolutely no use for them, you know? And there's 3 of them that come to mind off the top of my head. Now, I won't say them here. We'll wait until next week. But I can think of 3 bots off the top of my head that I don't see myself using at all, that if I were to get one, especially if I were to get one as a 5-star, I'd be like, what am I going to do with this? You know?
I'm curious to see where our lists line up, where me and you are, because, like I said, we both love aerial bots, but we're also different on some things. So I'm curious.
Yeah.
See how similar.
Yep. Alrighty.
So that will be fun. So unless there's anything else you would like to talk about, I think that's about it.
No. Just everybody, please keep a close eye on our channels, because I've been teasing in my thumbnails for the last couple of weeks that big things are coming. I am constantly working to improve our content. On my last video, you guys may have seen where I've now got a border I can put around my videos. I plan to do the same thing for our episodes of the Botcast. I need to work out what the aesthetic is going to be, and I think I'm going to get Frankie's wife to help me with that, because she's actually pretty good at that. But then there are other things coming too that Sunstreaker WOZZA may have hinted at in his last live stream. I'll put a link in the description below. Watch his video. Maybe you can catch what he's talking about. But just keep an eye on both of our channels. We're going to be spitting out some content, and You know, we want to see these things go through the roof. If we can get to where our YouTube channels are paying our cell phone bills, I will call that a success.
Massive success.
Yeah. All right, yeah, that's successful. I'll call that a success. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So, guys,
Yeah.
but yeah, just keep an eye on our channels. Big things are coming our way. And by extension, by your way.
Yes, and thank you all for watching. We love all of you for all the support you've given us and all the views you give us. So thank you so much. And that's going to be all for this week's episode. But we will see you all next week. Same bot time, same bot channel. So Frankster out.
Oh.